Hey guys, what's up? I'm back after a 2 month hiatus. It went from mid February now to mid April. So this is going to be episode 5. It'll be the 6th episode, but the number will be 5. I got some updates in my life. Not really. Just moving along with the semester. Got to pass on the courses, stuff like that. First round of the NFL draft was tonight. I don't have any advanced analysis. The Pats traded out of the first round. They traded the 29th pick for 4 additional picks to the Vikings. It was a pretty good trade. It's April 25th, so it was 420 not long ago on Saturday. So I had a good time. We actually recently set a world record here at my school, RPI. We built the world's biggest. We actually heard the previous record was about 1,100 boxes, and we used about 2,500 boxes for our box. But you can find this news story online. It's like all over the newspapers around here. So, basically whatever. It's not a big deal, but we did set a world record, so it is a big deal. I got some new posters. Here's calendar for the current month. I made custom calendars for every month this year. You can see I haven't been marking off the days since April 8th. This has been a little while. I haven't been very diligent. I printed out this poster, Hemispheres, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's, in my opinion, Rush's best album. I've got my Tom Brady poster here, and also more Tom Brady posters right here over my bed. So, they're kind of arranged, like, my mom's an interior decorator, so I kind of, picked up a thing or two. So, yeah, the semester's kind of winding down, or it's coming to the end, which means it's winding up. I got a lot of stuff due pretty soon, a lot of schoolwork. I'm actually heading to Philly this weekend. My mom's family were selling my grandparents' old house. They don't live there anymore for various reasons. And we're distributing all of the stuff that they want to the family, and so I'm going to be moving into a new apartment in June, so it's going to be helpful for me to get some free stuff, and there should be some nice stuff too. I haven't seen any movies recently. Been listening to a lot of Frank Zappa lately. He's a good musician. You might have heard of him. Not a lot going on there. This is probably why I haven't made a vlog in a while, just because I don't necessarily have anything to talk about, which I guess... I mean, maybe I would have stuff to talk about if, depending on how much I wanted to open up on here, but I'll keep it to my public persona, since this is linked to my real life. This account is linked to me as a person. So I'm only going to be in this room, this dorm room. This is Blitman 4422. You can come visit if you want. For another month or so. I mean, less than a month. So kind of just saying my goodbyes to the room. A lot of memories in here. Vacuuming and putting up posters and not doing so much work. I don't do a lot of work in here. I do work up on campus mostly. I find it a lot easier to do that. I've been experimenting. I got a Raspberry Pi a few months ago, so I have it running as a server, sort of hanging off right there off my desk. It's running all the time. It's pretty good. It's running a web server, and it's running a couple bots I'm using, trivia bots and such, basic stuff. I got a new pair of shoes back in January, I think January. So I guess they're not new to you guys, because since I've been doing the vlog, I've had those shoes, but I hadn't had new shoes in a long time before that, so it was kind of a big deal to me. Um, I'm kind of excited going down to Philly tomorrow, seeing family, as I mentioned. Got to listen to, some podcasts. Got some Comedy Bang Bang podcasts lined up on my phone. I'm going to listen to. Can play that in the car. It'll make the drive a little bit shorter. It's a 4-hour drive, so it'll feel a lot shorter if I'm entertained and also, you know, thinking about stuff. So maybe I'll do another vlog in the car, depending on if I'm thinking about something interesting. I don't know. If something comes up. Because, this stuff comes up all the time. You never know about it. We had our political discussion group tonight. We were talking about drones and all that kind of stuff. It's complex. Some people, come from different ethical systems that are really incompatible with other people's ethical systems. So, you get into debates about, is national security the most important thing? And some people are going to say no. There are principles to be lost if you sacrifice it, or there are other ethical systems. There are deontological systems that don't say that as long as you're happy and safe, that's not necessarily the best. And there are teleological systems that don't necessarily value security either, national security. So it's complicated, and it seems that pretty much every debate we have in that group between people who are fundamentally different, which pretty much every person has some difference with every other person, it breaks down to your fundamental ethical differences, and we're not philosophy PhD students. We can't necessarily break new ground in which ethics system is correct. We just have our discussions about it and our debates. Some of us are strong property rights people. Others don't have a notion of property rights necessarily. Communists. Some of us are anti-technology. We're really one guy. Kind of a Luddite. Wants to go back to a much earlier time. And there's a fascist guy. He always has his own opinions about things that are usually radically different. And the more conventional political philosophies, ethical systems are also represented. So it's a fun group. Don't always have time for it, but I always have to make time for it because I'm the president of the group. So that's how it's been going. I guess that's kind of it. I don't know what else there is to say. There's not much new going on in my life that I would care to admit, on such a public forum. If you care about me, send me a message, and if you want to support me, like, subscribe, and comment. I always appreciate my fans. Coming up, my most recent vlog had 10 views, so that's pretty good. It's 10 people spending the 17 minutes to watch that, and that was a lazy one too. That was just a clip of me hanging out. We weren't even really talking, and you couldn't even see the game we were playing, so that was pretty good. It's pretty much just what's been going on in my life. So I guess I'm going to come to a close on that one. This has been episode 5, and have a good night. I'll wait to finish 10 minutes.